Just got off Viper in the front row. It's an Aero looper. And I love this thing. I love these Aero loopers. These are great. This isn't as good as Vortex, or I think I'd even put it behind Anaconda. Even though Anaconda doesn't have the bat wing, this one does. This has a vertical loop, a bat wing, and then a mid-course that I don't know why it has a mid-course. They don't run 2 trains. It's a 1-train operation, so they ought to just turn the mid-course off, although who knows, that might be by design. What's up? All right. Then they got the, after the mid-course, you got the 2 corkscrews and then the helix. So it's a fun ride. Front row was just as long of a wait as any other row, so did the front. And you exit way away from the entrance. So the queue line is the best place to get some video of the train running, so get some video before you ride, because you're gonna exit like 2 miles down the road.
Pick up right here, right now.
I just rode Tantrum. Line was a little bit longer than that for me, but still didn't take long. Got through this line quicker than Viper's. The Gerstlauer Eurofighter had a shorter line than Viper. It is a capacity nightmare, but like I said, not that many people are in line to ride it. That is a crazy first drop. I love those beyond vertical drops. Got a little double inversion thing here. Looks kind of like an Immelman into a dive loop, sort of. And I do not know what this inversion would be called. And that's it. That is the definition of a short ride. I don't want to hear anyone say that the RMC Goliath is a short ride. This is a short ride. So yeah, Daredevil Dive is certainly better because it's a lot longer than this. Probably twice the length. Even in the front row, a crazy ejector on that drop. This one was rougher than the one at Six Flags America. It definitely shook you a lot more back and forth. Got some, yeah, it definitely banged my ears. Didn't do head banging because with those soft restraints next to your head, it doesn't really hurt that badly, but I did feel it in my ears and coming into the brake run. My ears felt a little red, but it's not like it hurts. It's not like it's that B&M headbanging that can be very painful, make you not want to ride anything. This is just more discomfort than it is painful. And that lift hill is very slow. I was laughing on that lift hill with how slow it was. So my first 2 SLCs were at Magic Springs and Wild Adventure. Those 2 are both very good. Still the best 2 that I've done. Even over the one at Six Flags New England, which I thought was quite good with the vest restraints. But even though it had the vest restraints, it still didn't ride as smooth as my first 2 that I had done. Right after those inline twists, it started really getting shaky. Really bouncing the head back and forth. So, it's okay. Not a bad ride, though. So I still don't get all the hate, but I do get that it's not a beloved coaster. It's Predator, the Din wooden coaster, and I actually enjoyed that quite a bit. And thanks to Jeff for getting me in the front row. He had been waiting there for a few rounds, or a few cycles, and I walked up and was able to get on the next train with him in the front. A guy that I met here at Great Escape yesterday, and then I saw him at Seabreeze this morning, and now here at Darien Lake this afternoon. Yeah, it's amazing how that works out sometimes. Yeah. But this was a very good wooden coaster. I really enjoyed it. It does throw you around a little bit, but that's kind of what you expect with these kind of wood coasters. As far as the Din Woodies go, this might be my favorite of all the ones I've done. Some really good airtime. I don't know, between this and Thunder Run, those are both very good. Oh yeah, this one's next. Oh, I can't wait. These Intamin hypers are so good. Better than all B&M hypers, in my opinion. But I just love Intamin. Oh my goodness, Intamin, you can do no wrong. Intamin, you are king. I mean, RMC might get there one day, but as far as I'm concerned, Intamin is the king. Now that I've finally ridden some of their hypers, I can finally see that. It's weird, I had ridden one RMC hyper, but I had ridden 0 Intamin hypers before this trip. Now I've done 3 of them. Of course, 2 of the 3 are clones, but still, both of them, I'm only going to count Ride of Steel, the clones, as 1 coaster. I'll count as 2 credits, but on my list, I'm going to put it as 1. On my top 25 list, I'm going to count it as 1 spot. This is going to be probably top 20. Superman the Ride at Six Flags New England, probably top 10 by the time I'm done thinking about it. But I love this thing, and I love how it goes out over the water. Back row, my goodness. Let's talk with those guys in the back row about coasters while we were waiting in line. It is a pretty simple layout. It's not as interesting as the one at New England, the Superman at New England. But I think the airtime on this is better. I think the airtime is stronger, even though the one at New England is pretty strong. Hey, you got 4 solid moments of ejector. You get a couple floaters. And you get a little pop of airtime going into the first helix. Moto coaster, the Zamperla Family Launch Coaster. One of those with those awkward back restraints and very weird riding position. But it was a lot of fun. Not too intense, so it's good for the kids and people who might be scared of the more intense rides. Still gives you a nice launch. It's not too intensive a launch though. I even feel a little bit of a airtime pops, sort of, along the way there. You just kind of work your way through the course. And some of those turns actually feel like you're maybe getting a little bit of airtime. Short ride, but fun. I definitely would say this is better than Pony Express. It's the only other ride of this sort that I've been on. As far as the roller coaster goes, I've done some of those flat rides that have those back restraints. It's not uncomfortable though. It doesn't hurt at all. Boomerang was broken down when I walked by earlier, but back up now, got on it. So I've completed every coaster here at this park that I'm allowed to do. So that's a success, 7 coasters. And as I said before, I like the boomerangs. You pull some strong G-forces, I come off feeling disoriented, so I like it. Not the greatest coaster in the world, of course, but it's still fun. I always enjoy doing them. This one was not quite as smooth as the one at Great Escape. I think the Great Escapes is maybe the best boomerang I've ever done. But this was still alright. And this must be the lake that is referenced in Darien Lake. So I just did Predator towards the back, and it was okay. Much better in the front. This is definitely a front row ride. You get more airtime, better airtime. Back row, kind of, some of the airtime just gets stifled from it. You're just kind of sitting there at 1G. Got a little bit of a roughness to it, but really not that bad. I've been on far worse. The seat belts are annoying on this. You think you got the right seatbelt, you grab the seatbelt on your side and it's actually the wrong seatbelt. So, I don't know. It's confusing. So after a few more rides on Ride of Steel, gotta say the one at Six Flags America seems like it has stronger airtime. The airtime on this is still strong, but I think it's stronger over there, but the views are better here. And I just saw the signal, and people were moved out of the front row lines, so I'm getting a Laratnas Russ again. Last ride of the night on Superman Ride of Steel. Or do they just call it Ride of Steel here? I don't know. So it is just plain Ride of Steel. And this will be the last ride of the night. It was Laratnaros. Last ride of the night on Ride of Steel. Back row. That was amazing. Complete darkness. I couldn't tell when the helix ended. I had no idea where we were within the helix and when we were coming out of it. And going over the lake in the dark, that was amazing. The straight track goes over the lake here. And that without the straight track actually makes sense. So I'm very impressed with Darien Lake. I think it was really a great park. Very underrated. Yeah, they do run one train on everything except Tantrum, which wasn't a problem today because the lines weren't really that bad. So it was fine, but on a busy day, can't imagine how bad that would be with one train ops on everything. But Ride of Steel, of course, was great. I knew it would be. The Din wooden coaster, it's good in the front. Tantrum, very good, albeit short, Eurofighter. And a good Aero Looper. And a good family coaster too, family launch coaster. So, overall I say it's a good park. For what it is and for what they're trying to do, I say they do a good job.